All right, everyone. So this is going to be a little bit different. So apparently last night, without my computer notifying, my microphone needed an update after Pal World's stream. And when I recorded episode 6 here, I didn't have any microphone because for some reason, Elgato decided they're completely changing the way the microphone works, and you have to update for your microphone to still work. Um, I have a Elgato Wave 3 microphone. The update changed it from where I use Wavelink Stream for my Elgato Wave 3 to I have to use Wavelink Microphone FX for my microphone to work. Without that update, my microphone just said no. It won't do anything. And I didn't notice until after I recorded because I started recording this episode like about 10:30 last night. So I was already pretty tired. I had already had a big stream. I just didn't check because I didn't think I needed to. So, but this gives me an opportunity to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do a commentary video. So there's going to be no sound from the game. I'm going to have the main menu music going in the background so we can have a little something so you don't just have to listen to me if you want to. And we're going to watch this video together and I'm going to commentate on things. The video, there's going to be cuts in the video, so I'm going to go quiet in a couple of spots because I haven't edited the video yet. I noticed that I had no microphone in the video, so I decided, you know what, this gives me an opportunity to try this and see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see. So this is episode 6 of Alma, Missouri. I haven't bought any new equipment as far as I remember at the beginning of this episode, but we do buy some during this episode. We're going over that our stuff is still going. Our popcorn, we still have a lot of dried corn to go through. We got another month worth. I parked my truck over here so I could just pick this up because the popcorn machine doesn't hold much. The popcorn factory doesn't hold much after it fills up the pallets. So yeah, it only holds 7,000 liters of buttered popcorn. I missed that at one point. That's why we're still having dried corn going through with the butter. We put down our spinnery last episode. We are making ridiculous amounts of money with the lettuce. I'm up to like, what was I at? 14 million. All the stones I've done from the fields have made me 28,000 liters of lime. And we have dairy. We still have some regular milk going through making butter for us that I put in last month during September. I'm turning on super speed so we can go and look at the dairy over here. You can see all of our butter, extra butter that we have. I'm not putting it in because I'm pretty sure I have more than enough butter for the popcorn right now. I also moved all of our eggs over here. My egg thing was full and they couldn't spawn any more eggs, so I just moved them over here because when I moved them over here, the train was the best selling point for the eggs. So I just moved them over here. I haven't sold them yet. I was going to sell them on video. Getting into our cotton harvester to start harvesting our cotton that we have. I'm trying to figure out if this is going to squeeze through or not because it looks like a smaller door than usual. The last remembered. But it squeezes through with a little bit of jiggling. It goes on through. Now, one thing I thought about when I got over here, we have a 95% yield. I'm blocking it, but we have a 95% yield. I don't roll and I don't mulch. Those are the last two that would give you the last 5% to make 100% yield bonus. I never do those, so I don't worry about it. I just say I don't care about those 5%. If we were doing precision farming like I was wanting to, I probably would have tried to do it at least once. But usually I don't bother for those extra 2.5 each percents. So the next thing is I'm realizing I need a cotton transport. I need something to move the cotton because my trailer is full of popcorn. So we need to find cotton transport. Now, this is an interesting one because I look and make sure this cotton trailer that we're going to get, the cotton tag trailer, is the one we're going to end up buying. It takes the round bales only, and they're 238 centimeters is how big they can be. I double check our cotton harvester, and it says it makes 238. You can't see it, but it says it makes 238. So it should work. Well, as you're going to see here in just a little bit, it don't work. I'm still going over my various options of what I want to get, and I decided to go get the cotton tag trailer. Sorry about that little jump in the music. It restarted. So that was the end of the music, and it restarted. We only have 2 colors on this one. And we don't have Midas tires, so I eventually choose my second pick if I don't have Midas tires, which is BKT. If we didn't have BKT, I would have went Vertestein, just for something different. I'm transporting over to the tractor I want to use for this thing, which is this one. Turn it on. Open the place up. Now, I just started noticing, for some reason, with this episode, the door will not open like normal. Normally, that door will open by just going up to it and hitting the B button on my controller. It didn't do it for some reason. I actually have to walk over to where the control deal is. I have to be within range of it for it to work. Usually, you can just go up to the door and do it, because that's how it works from the outside. Otherwise, the door would never open. But from the inside, for whatever reason, I have to go to that control panel a little bit to the left of the door to open it now, whereas before I didn't. I have no idea. I don't know if that shop mod had an update and I just didn't notice, or what. I notice I'm a little bit off, so I got to hook it up. There we go. I decided to go through where I usually park our truck, because our truck isn't here right now. Getting it operating position, moving it over here to get ready for when it's needed. And we're back in the carton harvester. So we'll unfold it. Just going over all the controls so I know what they do. It's normal controls. Unfolding it. Make sure automatic drop is on. Setting up steering assist, even though I don't need it. I'll tell you why in a little later in the episode. I'm trying to set up cruise control because I don't want to go too fast. But we're going a little bit fast. And this is about pretty much where I said screw the GPS, because it just isn't working correctly. usually those, something like this line right here would just connect to the next one all the time. For some reason, it's not. You've seen it happen in other fields and stuff. It'll continue on, but on this field particularly, for some reason, it just won't do it for some reason. So I set my cruise control to 25 miles per hour. That's what I usually set it at if I can go any faster. And it's because that's easier for me to control. And this is where I noticed that even though automatic drop is on, it doesn't drop that quickly. The pre-chamber the pre-chamber will fill before the main chamber is empty, the bale is out. So I have to start going slow once I get the main chamber filled, so I don't overwhelm the pre-chamber. Otherwise, I'll just start missing stuff like I did a second ago. I'm back on the GPS deal right now. As you can see, it just ended right there, even though the line looks like it could continue. It just doesn't. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to do what I normally do here. And just go where I want to, when I want to. But we've gotten one bale already. And each bale is 238 centimeters and or 20,000 liters. And this is where I notice another little function of it. Even though the bale is unloading, it's not actually unloaded until it drops it, and that's why we missed that little bit. That's why we missed that little bit. It's because even though the chamber was unloading, until it actually drops that bale, it's still considered in the main chamber. So I still was over just a little bit. So I've noticed I have to actually physically wait for the bale to drop, which leads to another interesting deal later on we'll get to. Well, it's the first time using the machine, so learning is doing. But that's 2 bales we have. And here's bale number 3. So right now we have 60,000 liters worth of cotton. We're going to have more because we haven't finished the field yet. Now, here's me thinking that we're done, but we're not. We got a little bit more to do up top, up there. I'm going over to the bale to remind myself how much is in the bale. So I'm thinking I have 67,327. We still have a little bit more to do. We forgot up here. That I just noticed out the corner of my eye. And I forgot to turn the machine back on and lower it back down because I turned it off because I thought I was done. And I've noticed that the machine does not like backing up whatsoever. Even with everything off and raised up and everything. It still does not like backing up at all. And there we go. So we actually ended up with 69,463. Nice. So I'm going to go park the cotton harvester over here for our next harvest. And we're going to go pick up these bales And this is where we encounter our issue with the cotton picking up, cotton bale transport. Now, I haven't used one of these things in a long time, so I kind of don't remember if it like grabs it and stuff. So I'm kind of lining it up good. And I've already hit it. And here we go. This bell is not supported. Even though the bell says its size is, from the machine is 238, which is what this thing uses, it's not supported. For some reason. So I detach it and going to sell it and now I'm trying to think what I can do for transport for the bales because my trailer is full. So the next thing I'm thinking of is getting a trailer that has a gooseneck on it. A big old gooseneck on it so I could hook it into the back of my truck because even though it doesn't look like there's one in the back of my truck, there's a hidden one that's always there that'll hook up to any big trailer, a big hitch trailer in the back of the bed of the truck. But there isn't any, and there isn't any on the mod hub either. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for one of those to come out if I want one of those. Apparently, there isn't any that I can find anyway. So I think there is one, but the problem is it's animal transport only. Is I think what it is. I think there's only one in animal transport. So I'm trying to think what I can do. I'm going up to where like low loaders, all the trailers are and everything like that, trying to figure out what to do. But all of these are for trucks, semi trucks, instead of regular trucks. Now, I could have probably used that flatbed up there, but it would have hooked to the back of my regular truck okay. But I don't know if the auto load would recognize the bell either at this point. One of the things I could have done before I went looking in the mod hub is I could have got the Rando Dolly is a mod that you can get. It actually hooks up to the back of other equipment and it acts like a semi-truck hitch point for you to tow. But I decided to pass on that. All right, so I'm going to be quiet here because we're about to head out, save the game, head out, and try and find something in a mod hub. And I'm going to cut that out, and I'll bring you back as soon as we get to, as soon as we get the mod installed. All right, welcome back, everyone. So I got a mod that I think will work. I'm very doubtful it will work though. But it's the custom bale support pack. It just changes all the trailers to support various bales and things like that. I don't think it'll work, but we're going to try it anyway. It's basically the same thing as before, the same trailer as before, but this one has an extra design color we can change. We can turn off decals if we want, but I decided to leave them on. Get our red color back. This time we can actually have yellow on it as well. And our rim color is black, of course. I say there's me doubting that it's going to work. But I got it. So let's see if this will work. Setting the deal to reset it. For those who don't know, that thing right there that I did is the store delivery mod. Basically, what you're supposed to do is be able to set a spot for all of your purchases to spawn at, and you can pick it up there. And this is where I notice the door is not opening like it should. And I have to go over and push the button for some reason. Go to the button to push it. It's just weird, acting weird. So here we go. We're going to go try and pick up these bales. Still doubting this is going to work, and I kind of agree. It was, why would this work? You know, but you know, it kind of sometimes does. It kind of sometimes works. So this is me going back in and showing this is the mod custom bale support pack under Cotton Technology. There's various other trailers that it impacts. It impacts should be one for every vanilla trailer for bale transport. It should be. But this saved me having to buy another semi-truck and trailer combo. Which, yes, I could afford, but why I don't want to do it just for this one time I'm doing cotton. Because I'm not planning on doing cotton ever again. Our next thing is to get pigs and get them doing. Just waiting on that to get done, and then I'm putting it back into transporting position. Now, I'm going to head over and I'm going to try and hook this thing up to my truck, because the truck will pull it a lot faster, get it to town faster. But the thing of it is will the truck be able to support the opening and the dumping of it, unloading it? Because there's a thing with my tipper trailer that I use to haul around all of my grains and stuff and all that stuff, and that it allows me to do all that. It allows me to unload and all that stuff. But one thing it cannot allow me to do for some reason is you cannot open and close the cover on it. It's just automatic. It just does not allow you to do that on that tipper trailer for some reason. You can unload, you can load, all that stuff, but you cannot get the you cannot open and close the cover for whatever reason on it. So there's some quirks with hooking up the truck to it. I don't know if it's a mod issue or just a limitation of the system mod, the game system or something. Trying to back it up, but I'm off by a pretty good bit. Hook it up. See, there's no wires connecting, so I'm kind of worried about that. But it seems to be all there, unloading bales and stuff. I'm raising and lowering the thing to see if it's better to have it high or low on the hitch. But it seems okay just to leave it at the lowest point. Doesn't seem anything drags for it. Yep, that's just opening my tailgate. But you can control everything for this trailer with the truck. That's one of the things about 82 Studios vehicles, the trucks and stuff, is for whatever reason, I don't know why they do this, but they usually they make it hook up to everything and work like a tractor. It's just in a truck form. It's basically a tractor in truck form, is 82 Studios equipment. Now, I'm also talking about a unique quirk with this modded truck in that for whatever reason, if you push down on the D-pad, it changes gears on it. Usually that's supposed to just zoom out the map, zoom out so you can see more. Just pushing down on the D-pad does that. But with this truck, you can't do that because for whatever reason, they have it where if you change gears, you can change gears by using the D-pad, even though it's automatic truck. Don't ask me. So what you have to do is you have to hold down either LB or RB and then push down on the D-pad and it'll zoom out. Before this day, before episode 6, I used LB plus down. It didn't work this time. So I had to use RB and down, right button and down. And that made it work. Don't ask me why it changed. It did. There's a lot of funky things going on. You just have to accept what it is in Farming Simulator. So here we go to unload our first load. To our spinnery. Now I know how I've seen how this works before. I used it a long time ago. In 22. It's just been a while. So I know that it's supposed to kind of conveyor them down. Takes it a minute for it to disappear because there's so much there. And there it goes. And there's 60,000 liters of cotton in our spinnery. Putting it back into transporting. I'm going to go look and check it out. There you go, 60,000 liters of cotton. I've also decided to do some math. So the wool is 3 to 1. 3 liters of wool to 1 liter of fabric. So it's 3,000 liters of cotton. Well, not cotton. 3,000 liters of wool for 1,000 liters of fabric. We found that out in Riverbend Springs. And it takes a little while for it to go through. About a day, 24 hours, day, month, whatever, however you have it set up in game. The cotton is different in that it does the exact same amount of transference. So it would do 3 to 1, but they have the cotton set up to only do 9 to 3. You get the exact same amount, you just use more at a time. It also goes faster by, if I remember correctly, when I do my calculations with my calculator, 960 more cycles per month happens with the cotton compared to the wool. So, yeah. So the cotton does go through quicker, but it doesn't make more. It makes the exact same amount. It's just you have to use 9 to 3. So you have to have 9 liters of wool to 3 liters of fabric. Whereas the other one is 3 liters of wool to 1 liter of fabric. But the thing of it is pallets for productions like that do not spawn until there's 1,000 liters done. You do not get a pallet from a production unless there's 1,000 liters. You can get things like eggs, the wool, the goat milk, and all that stuff that'll just spawn automatically. And it fills up until it gets to 1,000 liters, and then it creates another one. With productions, the end product productions like fabric, clothes, the popcorn and stuff like that, you have to have 1,000 liters before it will even spawn a pallet for you to take and sell. So the cotton The wool would only do, it would take 3,000 liters of wool to make a 1,000 liter pallet so you could get that and sell it or take it wherever you want. The cotton is you have to have 9,000 liters of cotton to make 3,000 liters of fabric. And that's how that works. So we should every month get 3 pallets worth of fabric out of that. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going forward with this. I'm not sure if I'm going to um, get cotton, get the fabric and put it in the tailor shop and make clothes. Because for whatever big brain reason, I guess because clothes were so good in 22, they nerfed the crap out of clothes sell price in that you lose money compared to just selling the fabric in 22, in 25. In 22, it was correct. You take the fabric, make it clothes, sell it. In 25, it's make fabric, sell the fabric. Don't make it into clothes. You lose money through the process. So, well, you don't lose money, but the cost to change the fabric into wool is so much less than it used to be that you can save so much more time just selling the fabric instead of turn into clothes. Is the way it is. So I'm going to be quiet here, and we're going to just skip forward until we get to our next transport of cotton, and we'll go from there. All right. So we have 60,000 more liters of cotton on the field that we need to transport, and we have 3,711 more in our cotton harvester here. So I'm moving the machine over to the next place we go across the road to harvest the field 5. So far we've gotten 123,711 liters of cotton total. There are multiple entrances for this field. I'm just going to the one down here. There's one over to the left of our drive, and there's one even further up on the left to our drive. I've decided to not change back to the tractor. I just want to, since this thing works on this truck, I just want to get the stuff and get it delivered. So I decided to just ignore changing to the tractor so I could get the stuff delivered in a quicker time. Because it'll take time to switch it to the tractor, take it out the tractor, put it back on the truck, and things like that. I might as well just leave it hooked to the truck, pick it up, and then just go. Now I'm kind of doing a little bit of an RP thing this time around. I slowed down to like 30 on my cruise control, so we didn't go too fast through the middle of town, honking my horn so everybody knows I'm coming through. But, you know, it is what it is. Just decided to do a little RP this time around. All right, here we go to deliver our cotton. Perfect delivery. And there we go. Now we have 120 something thousand liters in the spinnery. And hello. So I did want to interrupt right here. This is where I notice a little bit something funky about the cotton bale unloading. As you can see, it's unloading the bale, and then I back up a little bit to get lined up again, but it picks it back up. And it don't come free now. It's not stuck in there because it is loose, but the problem is it's now a part of the truck. If I try and use super strength to move it, it actually moves the whole vehicle. So, yeah, don't back up into the bale. Otherwise, it will just pick it back up again. Now, the quick thing, now the way you fix this is you just continue on. And the next time it makes a bale, it'll push out that other one. It's not a problem. It's just something funny. It's just something funny that you can do. You can actually pick up that bale. So if you don't have automatic drop on, you could just have a bale on the back of the truck like this until you get a next bale. You can actually have two bales on the vehicle at the same time. I thought it was kind of funny. So, yeah. So here we go. We have the two bales. Got that bale and then one coming out. And they just push each other off. It's not a problem. I just thought it was funny. And there we go. So here we are picking up the last of the cotton. We don't have much left to get. And that should be everything. We got an extra 7,364, 14 bales in total. Pause to do a little bit of quick math. So in total, out of all of our fields that we had, we got 287,364 liters of cotton. That's how much cotton we have gotten in total. Here we go. So this time we're speeding along and everything. We're minding our own business. And suddenly train. And I try to go through it. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. That was fun. That was fun. I gotta unhook it from the trailer from around the pole. And there's our crash. I was wondering if I was going to get caught by the train at one point. Never did get caught by the train in our other series, but this time we got caught. The rite of passage in Farming Simulator is getting hit by the train because you weren't paying attention or you just tried to ignore it, go past it. And we're full here pretty much. So that gets us up to 180,000, I think. We can fit one more full bale in there. So what I'm thinking about is I noticed that the field to the right of us as we were heading back to pick up more cotton bales is full of corn. It's not got great yield on it, but it's full of corn that we need to get pig food for. Because that's one of the things is we need corn, sugar beets, something for pig food. I've got a mod that allows us to make pig food in a silo. I don't remember the whole thing, so in a little bit we're going to put down the deal to make the pig food. So we can look and see what all we need. This is where I decided to try to put down the silo. Trying to remember where it is. Probably it's going to be under factories because it's a factory. We're looking for a blue tall silo. There it is right there. And basically it turns all those things into pig food. You put various number of those things in and it turns it into pig food for your pigs. There's no way in the base game to have pig food. It's all modded. So it's sugar beets, corn, soybeans, wheat, canola, barley. Or barley, canola, wheat. Trying to decide where to put it. I eventually decide over here in this little section right here. Decide to put it where it overlaps the road right there. I decided to go over and visit it so we can look at it instead of doing it through the menu like a normal person. So this is where I noticed that we only need certain number of products. I thought we needed all of that, but nope. We just, in our corn pig food, we just need corn, wheat, barley, and stuff. And we got wheat, barley, canola, sugar beet for the wheat pig food. The sugar beet pig food is sugar beet, corn, soybeans, barley. And the corn pig food is corn, barley, soybeans, sugar beet. I'm going to choose to do the wheat pig food because if you think about it, soybeans sell for so much more money that you're wasting kind of money putting soybeans into pig food. So we're going to do the wheat, barley, canola, sugar beet thing. So that's where I decided to do that, and I have to start figuring out where I'm going to plant things and stuff like that because we need a sizable field for the wheat. That's going to be our most used stuff. I'm thinking that cornfield that we saw, I'm thinking about buying it so I can get that corn. Even if we don't use it for the pig food, I'm thinking we could use it for other things. I'm remembering that, yeah, that doesn't need corn if we do the wheat one. But we do need it for the sugar beet or the corn pig food. I'm deciding if I want to buy this field right now or not, or if I want to pass on it for getting the deal. Because if we're going to get this field, we need to get it now while it has the corn on it. Because the corn's going to go out of season next month. I don't think we can harvest it next month in November. So yeah, what I decided at the end is I bought that field. It costs 1.3 million to buy that field. I'm going to get all of that corn off of it and hold on to it for if we're going to decide if I'm going to do corn pig food or not. I'm pretty sure I'm going to just do the wheat. Replant that cornfield with the wheat because it's so much bigger than all my other fields. So we'll get a lot more wheat out of it. And then I need to decide where I'm planting barley, where I'm planting canola, and where I'm planting sugar beets. I'm probably going to be planting sugar beets in field 5 where we just harvested the last of that cotton. And then the other two fields are going to have the wheat, barley, not wheat, but barley and canola in them. See, I'm still thinking about everything. Let's get where we have the transport here. So here's us dropping off the cotton. One disappears. The other two don't because we're full now. That was 200,000 liters of cotton delivered. I decided to leave those two right here. so they can be just taken in as they need. And I'm going to go and get my other my other 3 bales and try and put in our bale loft that we have. Hopefully that takes cotton. I didn't know at the time if it took cotton or not. It does. But at the time, I didn't think it would take the cotton. I thought we would be, I thought we wouldn't be able to fit it. I thought it wouldn't fit off in there because I was thinking it may only do grass. It may only do grass, hay, straw, silage, and stuff like that. The normal bale type stuff. But it actually does take cotton as well. Be going around again looking to see if there's any more bales, trying to remember if there's any more, but there isn't. This is 15 bales, so this is all of them. Head out over here, head back to the farm. And try and drop these off into our bale storage. So we have another 60,000 liters of cotton, not including what's setting outside the cotton, the spinnery itself, which is probably around another 22 to 25,000 liters itself altogether, both those bales, because they've already been used, some of them, when we put them out. And here's me being stupid and deciding that I wanted to unload them on this side instead of the other side like I should. So I actually pay for it by getting things hooked. And the game just will not let me go now. And now the thing won't stop making noise. It won't stop acting like it's unloading even though it's already unloaded. I fix it. I just reset the stuff. I just get out, put down the shop trigger, and reset both of them. Because even though I unhooked it from the building like this, it still, the trailer still won't let me unhook it from the truck. Won't let me reset it or anything like that. It won't let me do anything to it. I can't even unhook it from the truck. So eventually I just put down the delivery spot, reset the truck, reset the trailer, and it's fixed itself with that. First, I try to just reset the trailer itself, but I can't do it with it hooked to the truck. I have to reset the truck first, and then I can reset the trailer. And everything's back to normal. Resetting it will usually fix anything. You just got to be aware if you reset with a trailer with something in it, that something is going to be gone. No matter what it is, that something will have disappeared into the ether because they don't save that for you. You'd lose it. So I'm going to go over here and park the trailer over here because I don't really have a spot anywhere in a building for it. I'll have to figure out something to do with it later. And that is the end of the episode. So, hopefully I didn't do bad with the commentary and stuff. I'm going to edit this. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's okay. We'll see. But yeah, and there's me noticing I still have super strength on. I forgot that I had super strength on from moving the trailer and stuff around. So I fixed placement of my truck and put it back there and there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this here and turn off the music as well, because that's basically the end of the episode, except for me doing my outro. All right, so going forward, the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be start getting pig feed stuff. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing the wheat stuff. So we're going to need wheat, barley, canola, sugar beets. I'm going to be the field we just bought that has all that corn in it. I'm going to be putting the wheat in it for all that wheat. The field 5, the next biggest field we have, is I'm going to put the sugar beet in that. And then I'm going to put the wheat, the barley, and the canola in our other 2 fields. Depending on which one needs more is the one that goes into field 1. And then the smaller field will take however much is less it is. I might also look at the other fields on the map to see if any of those have those things in them already planted. If so, I may go ahead and buy them so we can have extra for our pig farm. And then as soon as we have those things and we have the pig food making, we'll buy where the pig farm is on the map because it already has pigs in it, and we'll start farming those pigs for that. And the way pig farming works in this game is you breed the pigs, let them grow, feed them until they get to around probably, I think, 5 years old, and that's the maximum price, and then you sell them. And you sell all until you get until you have babies, and then you do it all over again. And that's going to be our goal, is to go through at least one cycle of grazing the pigs up until they're big, how much, and around usually 5 years, and then we sell them. And that will give us our money. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I will see y'all next time. Hopefully my microphone will work in the future. Hopefully. So I'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a nice time, whatever time it is in y'all's part of the world. Bye.